In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to learn any language in 6 to 12 months. And at the end of the video, there's a very special announcement for those of you who are serious about reaching fluency in your new language. それで最後まで見てくださいよ。じゃあ、始めましょうか。Bon, écoute, ce sujet, c'est un peu bizarre parce que, franchement, tu vois, les langues ne sont pas les choses finies. No puedes decir, a este momento aprendí chino o a este momento aprendí ruso. No funciona así. Basically, there's levels to this ish, and we're about to dive right in. So, what does it mean to learn a language? Does it mean being able to go up to someone and saying, hello, how are you? And then running away?
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Bien, et vous?
Oh!
Oui, français.
Goodbye.
For some, that's what it means, and for others, they want to get to the highest level of the fluency mountain and be indistinguishable from a native speaker, which is admirable. I mean, I tip my beanie to you, but what most people mean is simply they want to reach conversational fluency. Conversational fluency is something that I define as this. It is a level where you're able to easily have long conversations with native speakers. Sometimes you're able to watch TV without subtitles. You can have a laugh, you can connect with people, or maybe even flirt a bit. But here's the thing, conversational fluency does not mean perfection by any means. At that level, you're still going to be making grammatical mistakes, you're still going to be stuttering a bit and saying, but ultimately, it doesn't really matter because you're able to truly connect with people, which is the most important part. It's a super fun level to be at, and I am convinced that you can get there in 6 to 12 months in nearly any language. Let me break down how, all right? Let's do it. So about me, I've spent the last 10 years learning 7 different languages, and I have come up with my own language learning method, and it's actually called the Ikenna Method, based off my name. Now, this is a very new method. I just come up with it in the last few months, and I actually made a video just like this some years back. However, I thought it's time to make an updated video because the way I learn languages has evolved a lot. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the Ikenna Method, at least a very, very condensed, simplified version of it. So, the Ikenna Method is basically split up into 4 levels. You have level 0, or your preparation level. Then you have level 1, the beginner level, level 2, which is kind of analogous to intermediate, and level 3, which is essentially advanced. So we don't have enough time to go into level 0, the preparation stage, in this video because I'm trying to keep things short. So I'm just gonna hop right into level 1. Level 1 is the beginner level. It is, you know, it's the first day of school, well, not the first day of school, but it's the first day of you learning a language. What do you do? So level 1 is titled Consume. It is all about consuming the language and getting it into your head. Typically it lasts for 4 to 9 months, and here is how you do it. So level 1 is broken down into 2 parts, the first part and the second part, or stage 1 and stage 2. Let's talk about the first part. So the first part is literally the first thing that you experience when you start learning a language. So the first stage of level 1 is broken down into basically 4 areas. Essentially what you as a language learner want, you want a soft landing, something that is dry but effective, a way to review, and a way of having fun that keeps you motivated. So the first thing I mentioned was a soft landing. Soft landing is essentially this. You want to use a program like Pimsleur, Michelle Thomas, language transfer, or even like a beginner textbook in your target language. Basically, you want to use a language program, whether it's an audio course or a textbook, that can softly introduce you to the language in a way that doesn't make you run away. You don't want to be scared off. You want to use a nice program to kind of gently guide you into that language. However, at the same time, these programs are great in order to kind of get down the basics and get yourself kind of accustomed to the language. In terms of effectiveness, you also want to do something in tandem, which is basically looking at a list of the most common 1,000 to 1,500 words in your target language and jotting down 5 to 10 of them every single day at the same time as while you're going through these beginner programs, because you have a soft introduction to the language and then you have something that is a little bit more dry, a little bit more boring, but you're doing it every day in bite-sized chunks, and 5 to 10 words a day is really going to build your language skills up quick, in tandem, of course, with going through a program. The next thing I mentioned is a way to review everything. Basically, you want to use a tool like Anki or another spaced repetition system to store your words. You want to enter all the words that you're learning into a system like this because it's going to help you remember said words. And the last area is fun to keep you motivated. You want to be consuming the language in its natural form, meaning you need to be watching TV shows, and you can use English subtitles for the time being because you're still new to the language, no problem. But you want to be watching TV TV shows in your target language. You want to be listening to media in general and listening to music in general, and just immersing yourself in your target language and getting as much of it in your ears as possible. That's what level 1 is about. It's all about consume. Stage 2, or part 2 of level 1, begins after you've learned the most common 1,000 to 1,500 words, and also begins after you've finished a beginner textbook or audio program or two. Basically, what you want to do in stage 2, and it does depend on the language that you're learning, but normally what you want to do is look for easy reading material. This is either graded readers, or this is going to a website like Webtoons Translate and finding manga and webcomics that are in your target language, and you want to read them as much as you can, because reading will get a lot of vocab in your head. And obviously, if you're reading something that's very easy, or you're reading something that has pictures with it, like for example, a comic book, even if you're not understanding every single word, you're still kind of understanding the gist of things, and it makes it a little bit more fun to kind of get through. The next thing you want to do is finding some resource to help you learn the basics of grammar. This could just be going on YouTube and, you know, trying to find language teachers who teach the grammar of your target language, or this is you going through a small course or a textbook or what have you. I personally came up with a really fun way to learn grammar, if you can believe that, but I'll talk about that in the end of the video. And of course, as you're starting to venture into reading a bit, you still want to kind of jot down words, and you want to make sure you're jotting down those words in Anki or a similar kind of program, so you're storing those words and you're not forgetting them. So that is essentially level 1 in a nutshell. Normally, level 1 can last you anywhere between 4 to 9 months, and the way that you know that you're ready to move on to level 2 generally is the fact that you know the most common 1,500 words, and perhaps another 100 or 200 or 300 words on top of that. And the fact that you're generally starting to understand half of what you're hearing in TV shows means that you're ready to move on to level 2. Level 2. What does level 2 look like? Well, level 2, there's not really multiple parts. You can basically do anything at any time, which is kind of nice. Level 2 starts with output. Because I'm trying to teach you how to get to conversational fluency in 6 to 12 months, that means that you're actually going to have to speak to people. And that means practicing your speaking skills for at least a month or 2, if not 3 months. Meaning that you need to go to a website like italki or HelloTalk or Tandem or Interpals and find tutors or pen pals to practice your speaking with. You cannot get conversational if you never practice speaking. Speaking is a skill in and of itself, and after a month or 2 or even 3 months of speaking consistently, and also the fact that you know maybe around 2,000 words at this point, you can reach conversational fluency. However, output is not the only thing that you want to do. What you want to do as well is turn that fun activity that you usually do, aka watching TVs, and turn that into a main activity, where instead, where you're watching TV shows in your target language, but you are using English subtitles, now you want to watch TV shows in your target language, but using your target language subtitles. And when you're watching, you want to try to jot down a word every 10 minutes. But yeah, that is level 2. Level 2 can take anywhere between 2 to 4 months if you're, you know, on this kind of time limit to try to get to conversational fluency in 6 to 12 months. However, level 2 can actually go on for years. You know, it depends on how kind of fluent and how advanced you want to get. And the coolest part about reaching level 2 and achieving conversational fluency is that the language that you're about to learn is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. You never going to forget it. And level 2 is kind of the moment where you can say, okay, I want to keep getting advanced and I want to push past conversational fluency and get to a more advanced level. Or you can say, you know what, Mandarin over there has been looking at me, it's kind of funny, and you know, I want to start learning that. So that is how to reach conversational fluency in 6 to 12 months. But do not go anywhere, because like I said in the beginning of the video, I have a very special announcement for those of you who are serious about reaching fluency. As many of you guys know, I am sick. I have been sick. I've been sick for the last 2 years with a chronic illness. I'm still bedridden to this day. Yet despite all of that, because I am a madman, for the last 6 months, I've secretly been working on and shooting 32 videos for my brand new video course that breaks down everything I do in order to learn languages quickly, easily, and while having a lot of fun. So let me introduce you to the Ikenna Method video course. Listen, this course is amazing. It takes you through everything I covered in this video in way more detail. I mean, listen, I only had 8 minutes to kind of cover my entire method in this video. So this video is a little bit limited. But yeah, the course takes you step by step through everything you need to reach conversational fluency quickly or even higher levels of fluency. The course also covers the mindset that you need to develop in order to be successful at language learning, answers to the most important language learning questions, some of my special techniques like grammar scavenger hunts, untranslatables, and of course it goes over my 4 levels of language learning in much more depth. Plus, people who get the course get exclusive access to my all-new Discord server where you can literally learn alongside other really motivated learners that can help keep you accountable, and you can also make friends there who you practice your languages with. But on top of Discord access, you also will get a discount on my app when it comes out, and even an additional bonus copy of the newly updated Fluency Made Easy ebook. The Ikenna Method is the best language learning method out there, hands down, because different methods work better for different people, because people are different. However, this is the only course in the world that not only presents an incredibly solid way to learn any language, but is also fully customizable depending on the personality type that you have and your specific language learning style. It is my best work ever. And the crazy thing is, in a matter of only a few hours going through this course, you can literally download all of the experience that I have in my brain from my last 10 years of language learning. But not only that, you're able to take this knowledge and begin learning languages in a way that fits your specific personality type. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to get the course. It is available at ikenna.com. And there's also a link in the description below. And since this is the official launch, it's on sale, so definitely check it out here, or maybe here. Anyways, that was the video, guys. I truly hope that you found it useful, and if you did, well, subscribe for more and hit that notification bell. All right, take care, guys.